you, Heather.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that I really enjoyed watching your class today.
Thank you.
And I thought that lesson was wonderful. Watching this and having that project-based learning and having all of that tied together in sort of this cumulative project that teaches them not only about the culture but about the art and the history. This is just a fabulous idea that really runs with something that's part of our school culture and an event that we do every year. And this project really makes it more learner-centered, and I think it's wonderful. How do you feel about how do you feel about it? What do you think went well?
I used one of your comments, like, last from previously, but it's very hard for me to set a higher order questions, so I use one of this, and then I also display the examples of what they need to do, like at the end of the lesson. So when they do it, and I will show it my example, so they can know. They know how to set questions. Are they in the right track? Things like that. So I use your command like previously. So, so it's a great learning from you. So I can like learn a lot from you, and I know what to do to be a teacher and how to guide students with like a lot of the way, the instructions, the strategies, and I use that like to improve my skills.
Well, you had some great strategies in there. So some of the things that I saw that I really liked were that, like at the very beginning, you went back and you had them access prior knowledge. They were already experts in International Day. And so you treated them like they're experts and like they're capable learners, and that it's like you already know how to do this, and you showed them that because what did you do in previous years? Oh, we did this. And I like the way a lot of it was still focused around food. But that was good. And then you did have a lot of visuals up there so that they could see exactly what it was that you were saying it verbally, and then they were seeing it in writing, which is really good, especially for our English language learners, because then they can have both of those things up there for them. And then also I noticed that you left it up with the instructions as they were working in groups. So all of those things are really great strategies. And I noticed also with your groups that they were all on task. There wasn't a lot of like, I don't know what we're doing, what are we supposed to be doing? They were speaking to each other, and they were talking using academic language, and they were talking about the project that they were going to do, and then how it was that they were like supposed to do it. And I like the way that they were even going into the little nuances of which project is better. Well, this one is going to involve a lot of things. So you really knew that they really understood what it was that you were asking them to do, because they understood as they were picking it out what was expected of them. So I thought that was really good. So it's impressive.
It's very challenging for me to ask a lot of questions to the students, but I try my best to do it, to give them to think, to have that kind of like learning from the how to think critically, how to do the problem solving, things like that. So I would just ask them how are you going to present your artwork? Are you going to like use poster? And how are you going to like introduce this art to your audience? Things like that.
It was really good because you didn't just ask them things that they could just answer yes or no. You gave them guiding questions. And then I noticed there was like a time when it was a little bit off track. Okay, hold on. And then you asked them a good question that got them back on track. So excellent. Should we go over the in-test standards? Okay, so let me bring this up just here just a little bit. All right, so we're on number 4 with content knowledge. I love this. This is exactly what you did. You built on the prior knowledge, so you talked about that, which is what we talked about. Do you understand the subject area and the concepts and the tools of inquiry? Yes, absolutely. And you explained it to them. You actually it wasn't just you that understood it, you let the kids know, hey, you understand it also. And so I thought, that was outstanding. So really well done there. So let's do that right now. In task number 4 is content knowledge, instructional resource resources. Does the candidate use appropriate instructional resources that are comprehensive, accurate, and appropriate for the students? Absolutely. Just like we talked about before, these are English language learners. You not only gave it to them verbally, you had examples on the board, you had it in writing on there, and then you went through and then you checked for understanding. That was excellent. I really like that. Okay, project-based learning. Do you know how to design and implement student-based projects and analyzing the complexities of the issue? I think having that rubric there really demonstrated that you do understand how to do this, because a lot of people will put up project-based learning and then they go, oh, I don't know how to grade it. And you also took the knowledge that you have about International Day, that we're supposed to be, it's kind of like we're supposed to take all of these pieces of what we learned about a culture and have some sort of end product, and you did that beautifully through art. And you're not only going to have, you're demonstrating that they need to show the culture and where it came from, and be able to say something about the country and the culture, but as well as produce a piece of art, and you have a rubric to grade it. So I think that was really good. This one, application to real-world problems and interdisciplinary themes. Does the candidate develop and implement lessons that are related to real-world problems relevant to students and interdisciplinary in nature? And I already covered that earlier, because yes, you're covering, that it's not just about art. They're also giving a presentation and showing their knowledge of what they have learned through reading and other media, and they're doing it all in one project. Also, I think presentations are a real world thing to do, because when you're in a corporation and then there's a new project coming up, you have to have some sort of presentation that you're presenting to the employees or to stakeholders or something. Any type of presenting is something that everyone does. I mean, teachers do it, corporate officers do it, even people that work in a food industry. If they have a new food, they have to have some sort of presentation. This is what we're doing, this is what you need to do, and that type of thing. So it's excellent. There. Awesome. So I really appreciate it. I thought it was wonderful. I think this was a really nice way to end the year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.